A crooked legal guardian who drains the savings of her elderly wards meets her match when a woman she tries to swindle turns out to be more than she first appears. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing I Care a Lot. This is a 2021 movie from Netflix and is currently number 1 on their top 10 list. So we start the movie out at a nursing home where a son is, we don't know yet, but it's a son who's trying to see his mother. And he's not allowed to go in, so he kind of starts a ruckus. And then in court, the same son is trying to get custody of his mother back from her court-appointed legal guardian. And it's not really working out. This is where we meet Marla Grayson. Now, Marla is a charismatic person who preys on the elderly by putting them in the nursing homes and taking control of all their money and assets because she feels that the elderly are unfit to care for themselves. And she feels that the families are unfit to care for their loved ones. And she is super good, in this. Marla is played by Rosamund Pike, and she's fantastic in this. But we'll get into other stuff later. So she's standing up in court, and she's talking about how he tried to break in to the nursing home, and she feels that he's not fit to see his mother, and, really kind of just ruins his life because he's not able to see his mother at all anymore. So, and the judge, he doesn't care. He's like, I made a mistake. No, I didn't. Oh, I'm upholding the restraining order, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh my God, really? But I can see this happening in real life, though. And that's what kind of hit. But that's like the only thing. So Marla and her girlfriend, and yes, she is part of the alphabet community, Fran, are waiting for what they call a cherry. Basically, it's an elderly person who has like no family or friends that care about them. So Marla ends up getting a cherry dropped in her lap when she picks the wrong elderly lady to put in a nursing home as she has powerful friends. Now, Mrs. Peterson is the person she picks for the cherry because apparently she doesn't have anybody for family or friends. And Mrs. Peterson is played by Diane West, I believe is how you pronounce it. So this was also fantastic from her. She was amazing in this as well. So after Marla puts Mrs. Peterson in the nursing home, this is when things start to go downhill for Marla. She ends up getting a visit from a lawyer who's like, listen, you don't know what you got into. Just let her go and everything goes back to normal. And of course, she's not going to be intimidated by any man at all. So she ends up taking on a mob boss who's played by Peter Dinklage. And I actually liked Peter Dinklage in this. But again, his character is your typical guy in a lot of these types of movies. And he's a typical mob boss. So this movie has money, jewels, kidnappings, accidents, and even an explosion. And this really sets up a battle royale between Marla and Roman, who's the mob boss. But it really ends up boiling down to battle of the sexes. Who's better? Who's worse? So the effects in this were pretty good, actually. The cinematography in this was great. I mean, all the shots were good. The lighting, everything like that. So I actually liked that part. The sound, had no issues with the sound. The music was pretty good. The acting in this was the best part, though. Out of the whole movie, the acting was amazing. Everybody was fantastic in this. Pike was fantastic at her role playing Marla. Dinklage was fantastic as Roman. And Diane was fantastic at Mrs. Peterson. Like, they all did fantastic in this. It was the dialogue and the script I kind of had an issue with. There were quite a few, not quite a few, there were a few cringe moments in this that I didn't really like. And I kind of felt that it was a little longer than it needed to be. There were a few things that they kind of drew out that they didn't need to. But this movie really sets you up to dislike Marla right from the beginning because of how greedy she is and just how far she's willing to go to get what she wants. And it also shows Dinklage is how, like how far his character is willing to go to get what he wants as well. Like get Mrs. Peterson back, and something else she stole from him. So they really get pitted against each other, and it's just a montage of things happening to each person as they keep going along. So I kind of thought it was, again, a little drawn out. The explosion scene, I didn't really kind of understand, but after a little bit, I did understand what it was supposed to be, I guess. It was a little weird. I mean, I had mixed feelings about this. Overall, I did. The beginning of the movie was okay. I thought the second part was a little bit better when they started getting into the going back and forth against each other. But that really couldn't save it. There was just a few cringe moments. The characters, I think, needed a little more substance other than both of them are greedy. And, one's of the alphabet community. So, that's kind of where it lost me. I would give this a 6.5 out of 10. If you guys want to leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought about this movie, please do. If you guys like what I do, also hit the like button and subscribe, as I'll be doing more content each week. Take care for now, everybody.